What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your October 2020 general reading. This is going to be for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, okay? It's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus. If you're new, what's up? My name is Danny. If you're returning, hello. Thank you for coming back. I'm excited to do this reading for you. Let's get into what October is all about. Some key things I want you guys to keep in mind this month is number one, we are still in Mars retrograde, right? Mars went retrograde in September and it won't go back direct till mid-November. So that's still a thing that's happening. Along with Mars retrograde, we will be having a Mercury retrograde the month of October. I believe it starts on the 13th or 14th. Can't really remember. But that is happening as well, which Mercury retrograde, which Mercury is your ruler. A great time to revisit, review, revise the things, not so much the time to start new things. If it's something you've been working on or something you've been connected to or something you've been somehow tapped into already, then absolutely. But not that you can't start new things, it just, you wouldn't advise it, just because during Mercury retrogrades, a lot of times things just don't stick. Okay. Along with all of that, we've got 2 full moons this month and 1 new moon. Okay, so we open up with an Aries full moon on the 1st of October. That is going to directly affect your 11th house, which is directly connected to like Aquarius energy, which is basically like your social circles, friends, your achievements, your plans, that type of thing. But it's very much connected to friends. With the new moon in Libra that's happening on the 16th, this is going to hit your 5th house of things, which is 5th house is connected to Leo, but is all about creativity, the creativity and self-expression. It could be about your kids, but there's that focus there. This is a really great time to, if you're getting little creative hits, even if you're getting ideas that feel stupid, write shit down because you never know what it can turn into. This might be a time where you're getting a lot of hits in your dreams or something about ideas moving forward. A lot of you guys might be feeling inspired to do some creative things with friends, maybe turning passion projects into things that you guys can monetize. That's showing up here, so that's really cool too. And then the last full moon that we're having this month actually closes out the month on Halloween, which is going to be full moon in Taurus, which for you guys is 12th house energy. 12th house energy can be difficult because it is very much connected to God, spirituality, karma, your own undoing, illusions, dreams, that sort of thing. So I think there's a lot of exciting things coming to you this month, but it's going to also be a very deep month. Again, there isn't so much new action that I feel being taken, like new, tangible, I see it, I feel it action, but more of doing different inner work and maybe revising some things that you were already wanting to start, and maybe even just like really planning things out. Okay. Now you guys at the bottom of the deck have the 3 of Pentacles, which is the unseen energy. 3 of Pentacles is a cool card, especially when we're talking about friends and collaborations and doing good work, right? 3 of Pentacles implies that it is better at this time to keep an open mind, right? Because with the 3 of Pentacles card, you've got 3 of the most unlikely people working together to create something beautiful together. So again, a lot of collaboration, a lot of being open to new ideas and new things, really letting your creativity flag fly. And yeah, also just keeping in mind too, we're in Libra season, right? This is your fellow air sign. So I think you guys will be quite comfortable here. Keep in mind, it is also a season and a month of partnerships and relationships. And this can be of all kinds, right? Platonic, romantic, whatever. I think a lot of people are going to be taking a deeper look into the relationships, the friends they keep, the family they keep around them, those sorts of things. So all of that's coming into play. Now, you guys are starting here with Queen of Wands, 2 of Swords, 6 of Swords. What I do like here is it does feel like there's some type of a lesson or some type of something you guys find yourself up against, some type of a decision that I think you walk away from better and more knowledgeable and a little bit clearer. So that's really, really good, especially if you guys have been stuck on deciding something. Now, Queen of Wands energy is, she's fun, you know, like she's the queen that's beautiful and spontaneous, and she does things that she's passionate about. She doesn't do anything she's not passionate about. She's sexual, she's super attractive. She's all about the attracting, not chasing energy, right? Many of you or some of you may be dealing with a fire sign individual, and I say that too because you've got an Ace of Wands that's popping up here too, which is actually an environment, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But there's a lot of new, beautiful newness. You have Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. I love an ace, right? It's new beginnings. Oh, Justice card is clarifying the Queen of Wands. So some of you guys might be coming in contact with a Libra. But again, we are in Libra season, so I do love this. Justice card is really about cause and effect, right? Justice isn't justice just for the sake of. It's not like you could do something wrong and then you get justice for it. Justice is cause and effect. And it doesn't really matter who or what we're talking about, if it's in your interest or whatever. Like, justice is justice is justice. What's right is right is right. So a lot of you guys might be dealing with a Libra sign as well, but there is something that is being presented to you, I think, that you're going to really, really like. I think there's opportunities. This could be contractual things too. So again, if you guys are doing work, especially with friends or acquaintances, this is you guys really attracting a lot of good opportunities, attracting some deals, some business. And I think that's really, really good for you. I am a little interested at this Two of Swords. Oh, Two of Swords is clarified by the Empress card. I don't know what you guys are stuck on. But I feel like you're trying to rationalize something. But it almost feels like you already know what you need to do, right? Empress card, again, just like the Queen of Wands, but even to a deeper degree to me, is all about that attracting, not chasing energy. Now, Libra is popping up here again, and Taurus as well, because Empress represents Taurus and Libra energy, but there's something that you're undecided about. It could be about a relationship. It could be about going into some sort of business or growing something with someone. There is something that is got you a little bit stuck like Chuck, right? And this could be leading into this month. I don't think that this is something that's brand new. I think it's something that you have been trying to make a logical decision on, but it could be something that involves more than just logic. Something that involves heart. Now, I do want to say, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but if you are not trying to be pregnant right now or not trying to get anybody pregnant right now, make sure that you are doing everything that you can to not make that happen. If you are, this is a really good month to try, right? Because you got the you got the Empress card, which she is about fertility of ideas as well, not just people, but that is out here on the table. And the pomegranate that is displayed here is all about fertility, right? It's linked to fertility. But you also have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Both can talk about babies and new beginnings of like new life type thing. So this could be surrounded around that too. I do like that whatever's happening this month, again, it's a lot of energy of attracting and not chasing, but it does feel like there's a decision that needs to be made. So I don't know, in an extreme sense, this could be like someone finds out they're pregnant and they're trying to decide if they want to keep the baby or not. Take it as it resonates. But it's something that you've been stuck on, but I feel like, yeah, Nine of Air. So what's coming up next here is the Six of Swords, which is the walking away from something. It's movement forward, right? It's about taking the lessons and applying them and moving forward. It's about leaving turbulent waters and going to where things are a lot more clear. And then you've got 9 of air. I don't know if this 2 of Swords energy is you being stuck on the decision because you're trying to consider other people. Or just the fact that there may be too many options for you at this time. And it's interesting, I don't generally view Gemini as being indecisive, although you are air energy. I mean, of course, Libras, we're the most indecisive, but you guys can get in that way. And especially with Mercury going retrograde, that could make sense. And especially with Mars being in retrograde, that could make sense as well, just because Mars being retrograde can take out the drive in a lot of people, right? Because it's all about the drive and the ambition and the going forward. But when you're retrograde, it's almost like the inability of that. So a lot of people feel stuck or like they don't have the ability to take action in certain things. I think you know what you want to do. I think you're battling with what's expected of you, or even just what other, like how this could affect other people, how it could make them feel. This feels specific to either like relationships, like romantic, or like friendships. Like let's say if there's a project or something that you're trying to do with your friends, you're trying to get off the ground, and then it almost feels like the more that you get into it, the deeper you go with this, the more you're finding out that maybe this isn't for you, but then not knowing how to say that without the offense tied to it. Also, you guys have options, so I think that that is kind of clouding your vision as well. This is a really good time for you, again, while things are retrograde and while we're in the space that we're in, to really reflect and to really get clear on things. Whenever I see 7 of water, it's like, girl, get your head out the clouds, get clear, right? And I mean, this may be something that plagues you kind of all through the month, because remember, you got that full moon in Taurus that's happening on Halloween, which is tapping into your 12th house, which is all about illusions and dreams and all of that. So maybe it is at the end of the month you come to your conclusion, but it feels like there's something you're stuck on, and it's either because you're taking other things into consideration, other people into consideration. But it feels like it's something that kind of follows you throughout the month. I do feel like you get justice, though. I think you get what you want. And it may just be a way of, a matter of trying to compromise and make it so you get what you want and the other person gets what they want at the same time without anybody feeling slighted or something, you know? Now, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Death. Death is the last card. This represents Scorpio energy, which towards the end of the month, we will be going into Scorpio energy. So, okay, not surprised about that. This Ace of Wands is actually what's sitting in your environment. So there are opportunities in front of you. It's just a matter of, do you want to take them? They're exciting. They're passionate. Ooh, come on, Deck. Sorry, guys. There is an opportunity in front of you. Again, there's that fire energy again. So I don't know if some of you guys are connecting to a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. Sag. So you get the Temperance card. And it says, and breathe. So some of you guys might be connecting to a Sagittarius. It almost feels like there's like this back and forth of, which could go into the decision making of the Two of Swords of, you know, Sagittarius energy is quick just because it's fire. And if any of you guys are close to Sagittariuses, you know, they can be very impulsive. My son's a Sagittarius, and oh my God, I just worry about his life when he gets older. He'll be fine, but whew, really I worry about whoever's going to fall in love with him, because woo! But Sag, they're also your opposite. They're your opposition. And so it's interesting. So you got the quick energy of that Ace of Wands popping up here, but then you do have the Temperance, but Temperance tells us to slow down. Temperance tells us to be patient. So it's almost like this, it's this start, stop, fast, slow, kind of weird ass energy. And this could be like, there could be someone opposite of you that's kind of reading hot and cold, is how I'm kind of taking it too, right? It's almost like 1 minute they're like trying to jump the gun and do all the things with you or whatever. And then the next they're like, don't seem like they're on the same time. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I almost feel like I almost feel like that message is for them. Like they're trying to rush into something and you're kind of like, yo, slow down a little bit. I feel like you're almost being that rational mind of like, look, this doesn't make sense. But that Two of Swords, again, there's a lot of going back and forth in your head. But I think ultimately you're going to do whatever makes you feel comfortable, because you have anxiety around this decision, but it doesn't feel like the anxiety necessarily comes from you. It almost feels like it's outside of you, but obviously it would indirectly affect you. Page of Earth. Look, I'm telling you, there's kids popping up through here. Pages are oftentimes kids. Page of Earth is obviously Earth energy. It's Page of Pentacles. But this page is really a learner. This page is an explorer. This is someone who, no Earth signs really just jump into things. Like that's not their stereotypical thing, right? They're very calculated and they're very, let me get the spreadsheet and let me pull out the budget to know what we can do. And they're the planners, right? And this is about that. Page of Earth also represents higher education. So maybe some of you guys are going back to school, like either to learn a trade or to do something. But what I do feel like, whatever this next step that is coming into your life, I think it's something that you really like. It's going to be a new beginning that's going to be have some really good emotional ties to it. Make you feel really good. Make you feel like your cup is running over. But there is this learning process of it. There is this, Seven of Earth, planting seeds. Look, some of y'all done planted a seed. Somebody's getting pregnant or pregnant. Finding out you're pregnant. Maybe the baby's coming this month. I don't know. But that's definitely a thing here. New beginnings, though. There's new beginnings available to you. I just think that you're trying to be really smart about it. I don't think it's anything you want to jump into. Not to say it's not what you want, and not to say that what's in front of you is not exactly what you want, but I think that you are taking the extra time to think it through, right? Seven of Air. Seven of Air, Seven of Swords, which is, historically like the thief or the cheat, someone who's could be deceptive. This could also be about strategy. Let me pull one more card. If there is someone who's being deceptive in your corner, or maybe you feel like this person is trying to bribe you to do something, notice I use the word bribe. Maybe you feel like there's something not right. I don't know. But the thing with the Death card is death, we see it coming. It's not sporadic. It's not like pulling a Tower card. So this is something you see coming. Ten of Fire. Okay. Y'all are dropping something because it's just honestly too much for you. Ten of Fire is all about taking on much more than you can, right? It's about needing to delegate some shit or to drop things that just don't belong to you. I think you feel like you're being manipulated on one end of something. Now, this could be with work. So like, again, remember how there's focus on like your friends and your creativity. If some of you guys have maybe even started a business or started doing something with your friends, you could be figuring out that, I don't know, this might not be in alignment. Or even, like let's say you're going to partner up with something on a business deal, or let's say there's something in your space that it just doesn't feel quite right. So there is importance and emphasis on taking your time and being slow with this so you can get all the facts, right? I often tell people when it comes to like Mercury being retrograde, read the fine print, read the fine energy, read the words between the words, all of that. All of that matters in terms of making a decision, especially around this time. Because like I said, during Mercury retrogrades, a lot of things just don't stick. So even though there may be something that is tempting on one end, something that you like, there is this energy of you kind of going back and forth in your head, and you already know what you need to do for you, but I think you're just trying to be smart and calculated and make sure that it works for everybody, right? Queen of Water sitting here at the bottom of the deck right now. Be mindful of what Spirit is telling you. I think that you are getting a lot of intuitive hits, and I think your intuition is trying to talk to you, so just don't ignore it. Just do not ignore it at this time. Now, you guys got hope is the conduit for miracles. Yes, yes, amen. And thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. Yeah, especially that last line. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. It's like whatever this decision that you're trying to make, you're trying to be actually very fair and do what's for the highest good of everybody involved. And I think for some of you guys, you may have been being patient with a certain situation or a certain person and not trying to jump the gun in dismantling it or whatever. But with this death card, it feels like this is something you've seen coming. Some of you guys might be dealing with a Scorpio, I'm not sure. But it says, it is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Sorry, I got thrown off because you got the word conduit, which is showing up twice on these cards, which is not the most used word in the world, right? But very fitting. Hope is the conduit for miracles. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Remember what I talked about in the beginning of the reading about being open at this time. Three of Pentacles asks us to be open-minded. Because whatever this is, it feels like it's not going to play out exactly how you thought, but I think it's going to be a good thing, right? Then you got playfulness. It says, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. A lot of you guys who are already in relationships, I feel like this Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups applies to you as well. Yes, aces are usually beginnings, but it can also be people rekindling a flame or, like re-sparking, whatever, the love. And so for you guys who are in relationships right now and maybe things have been a little not whatever, the greatest, this is a time that you guys can kind of find ways to make things fun again. That Mars retrograde does that to people too. Mars has a lot to do with our sexual nature. And so it would be not surprising that some people during this time, with it being retrograde, are not feeling the sexiest or not feeling, the most sexual at this time. But you guys are starting out with this Queen of Wands. So I don't necessarily feel this is the case for you. I think you're feeling good and feeling on top. I think things are actually happening in your favor. But there is a decision that you're going to need to make that definitely impacts your future. It's not just like, what do I want to eat for dinner on Tuesday? It's something that may affect your life years to come for now. But what I do think is there's something that you've been looking at, whether it be an opportunity, a friendship or relationship that, for some of you, you're like, I've been seeing some things and I don't really like the way it's moving, right? So that may be coming up this month as well. So I hope that this resonates for you guys. Please let me know what you think. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com. Go look at my About tab first. Look at the menu of services and pricing. Figure out what it is that you want. Then email me. And if you want to schedule a live reading, you could do that with the link that's provided right there. So I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye, Gemini.